What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D, back at you with another video. So, today we are going over things to expect for Raw on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm recording this, we are now 1 week ahead of the most important thing, that is Raw on Netflix. This will be game changing. This will shock the industry, and we will see wrestling in more households than ever before. So these are just some little bit of changes, a little bit of tweaks that I would like to see that would make Raw on Netflix game changing, universal, and monumental. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that your boy wants to see is more backstage promos. The backstage promos are some of my favorite segments in all of my years watching wrestling, period. For example, one of the people who made backstage promos so fun is The Rock. When The Rock used to cut promos on Kevin Kelly, Lillian Garcia, Michael Cole, some of the funniest backstage segments of The Rock, just being The Rock, was on backstage segments. And it's not to say they don't shoot backstage segments now, they still do, but just imagine if they had more. Like, I used to love on like those old Attitude Era promos where on the pay-per-view shows back in the day, they always had like The Rock or somebody before the match giving up that last promo before the match is live, and you get to see them come out. Those moments were big to me as a fan. And those moments I would love to see back. I love how, especially now, where you can add that little bit of, like, you can do the whole walkout now after the interview, from the interview to the ring, and you do that on a pay-per-view. You feel me? That could be something special. Those little tweaks, I think, would be cool. And I do think backstage promos, if we added a little bit more of those, because Raw's going back to 3 hours now, if you add a little bit more backstage promos, gets more people the chance to get the mic in front of them without the what chance and everything, I just think it would be a very special thing for the superstars. Next on my list is very simple: more storylines for the women. I think with Raw being 3 hours, SmackDown being 3 hours, I expect more storylines for the women, and I want something that's going to be like, oh, did you see what happened last week? I want one of those type of stories. I want a story that is hilarious. Now, this story is not even on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. This story is on NXT. If you guys have seen the storyline going on between Carmen Petrovic and Ashante the Adonis, that shit is hilarious. Like, it is absolutely comedy. It kind of gives that Love Island type of spin on professional wrestling. And if you kind of think about it, if you see that NXT background, and if you look at that NXT roster, that shit look like Love Island these days. So let me just say that. But something like that would be funny as hell to have on the main roster. And I know that with more women on the roster, we will probably see more names come up. Names that I see that could benefit through a call-up would be Lola Vice. I feel like Lola Vice would be a great on Raw on Netflix. And of course, Mrs., Jada Parker, you feel me? Jada Parker would be another one who I think would be an incredible grab for the Monday Night Raw roster. Miss Jada Parker does got next, and she would be special. And the reason why I picked those two is because they're probably not going to beat Roxanne Perez. or Julia or Stephanie Verker anytime soon. And that's not me being rude. That's not me even doubting them. But I do think that those are matches that maybe I just don't really want to see. And I just think that they have a higher ceiling. And where that higher ceiling is to me is on the main roster. And I feel like they can mix it up and get a little spicy. They can do something special in the main roster. And especially with them being so young, I feel like they can really do great things on the main roster. And another one would be Roxanne Perez, because Roxanne Perez is eventually going to lose that title. She may lose it at New Year's Evil against Julia. There is a chance she can lose it, and then Roxanne could be in the Royal Rumble. There is definitely 100% a chance for that. I would definitely love to see Roxanne Perez, the prodigy, on the main roster. And hell, and I talk about Roxanne a lot because she's one of my favorites. And seeing Roxanne Perez mix it up with a, let's say, Rhea Ripley, oh, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. The reason why I didn't say Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson is because I have them going to SmackDown anyway. So, including Kalani Jordan. Kalani Jordan's going to SmackDown in my eyes too. So, definitely more storylines for women. And with more storylines for women, I have next more chaos. I want more chaos. The chaos that they've been bringing in 2024, I need a lot of that and then some in 2025. And one of the biggest chaos people on that Raw roster, Bronson Reed. Keep him there. Do everything in your power to keep Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw, because that type of violence and chaos and energy that he brings is absolutely cooking. And I love every moment of it. Shout out to the monster, Bronson Reed. I want to see more fights, more backstage fights, more people going through cars and tables. Let's get active when you're backstage. More chaos. Next thing on my list is more social media. Why? Because we live in the social media age. I love when wrestlers use social media. Why? Because you know that they're in character and probably nobody's writing that shit for them. When you saw The Rock and John Cena during the whole once-in-a-lifetime phase, having their back and forths online, those shits got spicy. Those shits got crazy. For example, when you see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley online, when now her fans are getting toxic. Now Rhea fans are getting toxic. Now to us, it's like, you people are weird. Why are you doing this? But on the numbers business side, WWE's like, that's right. Keep talking to us. That's right. Keep talking. Be tribalistic. Being tribalistic puts money in pockets. People don't see it like that, but there's a great mind out there. His name is Eric Bischoff. And there is one thing he said, this controversy creates cash. If we're going to stir some shit up, stir that shit all the way up. Because that's when you know people are listening. And that's when you know people are watching. So, more social media. Like, one of the funniest things I've seen on social media was when Dominic beat the shit out of Rey Mysterio on Thanksgiving. Top tier comedy. And then when Dominic got arrested, like, mommy, I can't go to jail. Hilarious. Loved it. That's the type of stuff I like to see, and I want more of that for 2025. Next on the list is The Rock having a match on Monday Night Raw. Now, if you would have asked me, would The Rock have a match on Monday Night Raw? Period, I probably would have laughed at you. But with The Rock having a match on Monday Night Raw in the Netflix era, it's not far-fetched. If you think I'm lying, there's a reason why they're doing CM Punk versus Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. To me, that's a WrestleMania match. But the amount of households that they can be in and have the amount of viewership that they can be in if they're on Netflix, yeah, you do that. And with that being said, why not have The Rock versus Cody Rhodes on Monday Night Raw? Or anybody else you can possibly think of. And with that, with The Rock, that leads me to one question. The Rock in the Royal Rumble? I said it. Could the final boss be in the Royal Rumble? Could The Rock cost Roman Reigns the Royal Rumble? I want to talk about that in a different video, so I'm going to leave that there. But that's something we could talk about. Woo! That's something that would be spicy. That's something we're going to have to get into. But, so going forward, the next thing I want to see is a John Cena match on Raw. This most likely will happen. John Cena is going to be here for a year. I expect to see John Cena in a big Monday Night Raw match. Hell, John Cena versus Drew McIntyre on this last tour? Sign me up for that. On a Monday Night Raw main event? Oh, I'm here for that. I do expect to see a lot of John Cena storylines, angles, and I do expect to see John Cena in a match on a Monday Night Raw. I feel it would be absolutely special. Next on my list, and the last thing is, who do I think will be the 2025 breakout stars? There's a lot of great names in my mind that come to it, but I'm going to pick two people from the main roster instead of on like NXT or something. Two people who on the main roster who I see can have true breakout years. Dakota Kai, because I still, even with Io Sky, and as great and talented Io Sky is, I still genuinely do believe Dakota Kai will be your women's inaugural and first ever Intercontinental Champion. I truly believe Dakota Kai will be Intercontinental Champion. I think it'll be a big moment for her. It'll be a great moment for her. It'll be a fantastic moment for her. And she deserves her flowers. I just feel like she deserves it. And I feel like she's going to do a really good job with this title. I don't think she'll hold it forever, but I do think she'll, wink, wink, I do think that she will hold it for a very long time. And I do have a very good time. I wouldn't say a long time, but a very good time. I do think she will do her thing with this title. And I have all hopes, and I'm rooting for Dakota Kai in 2025. Next on my list, honestly, you guys, that's how you guys know I'm not biased. Someone who I think is going to have a breakout year in 2025 is my op. And what I mean by who's my opposition is Ludwig Kaiser. Why is Ludwig Kaiser my opposition? He's dating Tiffany Stratton. That's why he's my opposition, okay? So, Ludwig Kaiser is a fucking talent, okay? He's brash. He's uppity, all preppy. But he's a boss in the ring. He's really good in the ring. And he's really getting out of that shadow of just being Gunther's boy. He's really getting out of that. And he has had a lot of good matches. He's fighting CM Punk on the Holiday Tour. He had a great match, a banger match with Braun Breaker and Sheamus. His matches with Sheamus are always good. He's fought Cody Rhodes. He's fought a lot of great people. Ludwig Kaiser is somebody I feel like could have a big 2025. And one of the things I can see, whether Gunther goes face or he does, I can see him versus Gunther being one of them ones in 2025. I can see it. Ludwig Kaiser is somebody I definitely have my eye on, and someone who I think could be 100% absolutely a great asset to WWE and be a breakout star in 2025. So those are the things that I'm looking for Raw on Netflix. Let me know what you guys are looking for. As you know, it's your boy. I duck, no smoke. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year to you guys, by the way. 2025. We put that shit on God. We going up. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. I appreciate you. It has been your boy D. Until forever find you.